Is he now a white supremacist? Is he now racist against black people? Or does that argument actually have no bearing in reality? All right, welcome back to the party, everybody. Hit that like and subscribe. You know I would do it for you, and let's party. So I saw this video, and I don't know if people are taking this in the same vein, but I saw what I saw, and it really put some things into perspective. So I saw a couple people responding to that song, Try This in a Small Town, and, you know, getting all up in arms about how it was racist and this and that, even though we went through the entire lyrics and it has nothing to do with race. It has to do about behavior and values and how you should treat your community and all of that stuff. Then Abin Preach puts out this video about what's going down in Haiti, and I just want to draw some parallels and point out the fact that, race aside, this is what happens when you try that in a small town.
Half a dozen being burned on the streets of Haiti's capital, victims of vigilante justice. Supposed gang members killed in broad daylight and then set on fire by residents, according to witnesses. Those who live in the neighborhood ready to fight back.
So vigilantes against gang members, ending gang members publicly because they are ready to fight back. Sound familiar?
If the gang
and what he said was, what he said is that if they come with us, we got machetes for them.
Or say that in another way, we saw that. Come try that in a small town, and I'll have a machete for you.
Yeah. That's what he said.
No, you gotta do with the energy he did it.
See how we know about
Means the energy.
Yo,
means the energy.
Yeah, well, the energy.
If you understand Carl, it's honestly one of the best things. Just hearing them talk they shit.
come to invade us, we will defend ourselves. We have our own weapons. We have our machetes. We will take their weapons. We will not run away.
Sounds like all the same white people who are raging about this song. Is he now a white supremacist? Is he now racist against black people? Or does that argument actually have no bearing in reality?
Mothers who want to protect their children can send them elsewhere.
We were right there.
We were there. We
were right there.
We actually filmed a little documentary while we were in Haiti. So if you guys ever want to go check that out.
That looks like jalousie right there. That's close to jalousie or something like that.
I'm not sure it is. I don't think it is.
The violence had started in the early hours of the morning when criminal gangs burst into several homes and attacked residents.
Criminals bursted into homes and attacked residents. That's what kicked this all off.
Hours later, police stopped and searched a minibus supposedly containing several gang members. According to officials, a mob saw this as a chance for revenge.
Police stopped them and they went, yo, call the people then. The folks showed up and the cops went, all right, we left the handcuffs off. We'll be back in 10 minutes. They came back with some gasoline, lit these people on fire. And now there's a lot of folks who are up in arms about this because they're seeing all this vigilantism.
The police arrested the dudes.
Yeah. This is actually interesting.
We will be back after these messages. We'll be right back, and left them with the people.
Facts.
And then it went, whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the people. And then the people did whatever the people had to do. Listen, I'm laughing because this shit is outrageous. I'm not laughing I'm laughing at this shit out. It's crazy.
I agree. So, just from right here, let me know, what do you guys think? Is this related? Is what we're seeing in Haiti from this video, is that related to the sentiment behind that song, Try It in a Small Town? Or is this just a completely separate issue of people wanting to protect their hometown, and that actually was a racist song? What do you think, guys? Let me know.
I knew this thing was going to happen.
We'll explain why we're not bothered by most of this in a bit, though.
During a search of a minibus in which there were armed individuals, the police confiscated weapons and other equipment. In addition, more than a dozen individuals traveling in this vehicle were unfortunately lynched.
Unfortunately lynched. I mean, listen, what's up? We confiscated their weapons. We managed to, arrest them. And unfortunately.
So what happened was I was on guard, right?
I went from barbecue chicken to barbecue gang member. It different. Smell different, too.
The violence underlines the increasingly lawless situation in Port-au-Prince. Criminal gangs have taken control over an estimated 60% of the city.
Criminal gangs have taken over 60% of the city. Does that sound anything like, again, where the inspiration for what you think, what is it, Jason Aldean or whatever, to make that song? Do you think that has relevance to what we're seeing in cities like San Francisco and Chicago and New York and stuff like that? Or is he just a racist?
Since the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse nearly 2 years ago. On Monday, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres called for the deployment of an international armed force to Haiti in a desperate attempt to temper the escalating violence. It comes as a UN report highlighted the surge in murders and kidnappings in the country, with special emphasis on Cité Soleil, an area of the capital that has become besieged by gangs who are blocking access in and out.
So whether or not it's you see specific gangs in San Francisco or not, the fact is we are seeing organized crime and we are seeing it escalate. And if the cops aren't going to do anything about it, if the justice system isn't going to do anything about it, then what exactly is proposed? What exactly is proposed that is not racist? I don't get it. I don't know what there is to say is racist about this situation. And I don't see the difference between this situation and people, how they feel about their own towns in America.
Okay, so a little bit of backstory. Haiti's been going through a downturn, economically speaking, for a variety of reasons, but in large part due to corruption, okay, and foreign intervention. Now, knowing all of this, things have deteriorated where getting gasoline, getting any job opportunities is very difficult. And what ended up happening after the last president got assassinated by foreign mercenaries was that the city and the country itself just devolved into more lawlessness. And gangs who took over engaged in kidnapping, taking of children, indiscriminate murder, anything you could imagine that they did to the locals and foreigners. It's just very unsafe over there. So this brings us to today, where now you have gangs running around just catching gang members and burning them alive. It's funny because the police officers and the police force used to be seen as terrible by the local population. And now they're starting to work in conjunction with the local police force to take out the gang members.
Again, I ask, sound familiar? I don't really have a larger point here. Definitely go check out the rest of the video to get their thoughts on that specific situation. But I saw this and I thought immediately of somebody who took the music video, the official music video, and changed all of the footage to all white people. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it was only black people rioting in the original video. And it was just about rioting. So then if you are then going to take that and purposely inject race into it and say, oh, we're going to do it with all white people. Now you are the one that's making it racist. If that's not the case, again, please explain it to me. Maybe I'm too dumb, but let me know in the comments below. Is this the same kind of situation, but we don't see it the same because it's black people and it's a different country? Or are these Haitians just as racist as Jason Aldean? Either way, I want to hear from you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Once again, I have been your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Until next time, guys, I am out of here. Peace.